Almost melted today.
You did?
Yeah.
How come?
I stepped outside and the sun was like, nope. And my skin was like, nope.
It
And
was
I went,
Arizona fucking hot.
it's... Why? Why is it this hot? There's no reason for this. But at least back here it's kind of, you got a breeze going. You got a nice setup here.
It's ridiculously stupid hot.
It's disrespectul.
It's disrespectfully warm. I would have had to be caught today. They would have to get me. I would not have run from slavery. I would have been like,
Nope, can't do it.
Y'all got me.
Welcome back to another episode of the new Cool Syndicate podcast. Of course, if you haven't noticed already, we have a guest today.
It's me!
It's Mama G. We have Mama G. This is a very dear woman to me. When I first moved out here in California, I lived with you and John for, was it a year?
It was a little while. I don't know how long.
Yeah. Then things, we moved around quite a bit, but, you know, you've always looked out, and I like to, you know, do my part too. It's the least I could do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you always do for me. I do appreciate that.
No.
And my son appreciates that too.
Mm-hmm.
He never tells you that.
I know he does.
He's a little motherfucker, but he appreciates it.
I know he does. But it's cool. I see you have your WELP shirt on.
Yeah.
That's your guy. You love this guy.
I love that dude.
Dion Cole. So is he on your top stand-up comedians?
He is on my list of the top stand-up comedians today.
So,
yes, he is. He is on there. He is up there.
Yep.
All that bullshit he does is on there.
Do you want to do top 4 or top 5 comedians?
I'll do 4.
All right. Do you have them already, or you need a second?
I need a second. I know. Okay, I'll do it right now. Dion Cole's number 1.
Number 1?
Number 1 right now.
All right. Start the other way. So do your 4 from your least favorite to your number 1,
Kevin
which is
Hart.
already ruined because we know it's Dion Cole.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart is your number 4.
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams is a good one.
D-Ray.
Who?
D-Ray Davis.
D-Ray? Okay.
And then Dion Cole.
I get Dion Cole. I get that.
You give
Why
me
don't you
yours.
break it down? Why don't you? Oh. Okay. You break down your reason why Dion Cole is your number 1, and then I'll break down my top 4. And remember.
Because Dion Cole is fucking funny. Everything he says is funny as shit.
Yes.
Like, look, let me get one of his grooves on.
You can't even get it out yet.
I can't. Dion is so funny that he has to just come on the screen and get ready to say something, and I start
laughing. He can say anything. I took a shit yesterday.
Right.
And
it was a big, nasty shit. Like,
Nah, he got this pacing. The way he speaks, and it's like a smooth, kind of dry.
Right.
And then,
right.
Yeah, and it's really like.
And he has this look in his eye like.
Yep.
I wrote down some things.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see how
and
this
if it don't work, I'm not going to see
never
all
gonna see you again.
Okay, I got you. Dion Cole is your number 1. So to recap your 4, Kevin Hart number 4, Cat Williams number 3, D-Ray number 2.
Okay, let's switch D-Ray and Cat Davis.
Good, because I feel like top 2 for D-Ray, that's too high.
Yeah, D-Ray's new, so.
Got you. Okay, so we'll switch that. And then number 1, Dion Cole. So my top 4. I'm going to go number 4, also Kevin Hart. Number 3, I'm going to go... I don't want to say Cat Williams. Oh, Patrice O'Neal.
That bitch is nasty, bro.
We're not even... Patrice O'Neal is a guy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he passed away. I don't know who you're talking about. Are you talking about the...
I think I'm talking about one of those girls from the
Is it Lenore or something? Lamore?
Oh, she's nasty.
I don't know. Either way. Alright, so Kevin Hart number 4. Number 3, Patrice O'Neal. Number 2, I'm going to go Eddie Murphy. Yep. You didn't even list him, so that's disrespectful. And then number 1, Dave Chappelle.
He's fucking funny as well.
And he wasn't even on your list. Are you even a real stand-up comedy fan?
Can you really stop that? I watched stand-up comedy.
He wasn't even on your list.
I forgot about him.
You just forgot about
He's like
the greatest
my
of all time.
regular guy, like standing in the background, just talking about shit.
Easily forgettable. Oh, I know what it is. You like the handsome. You like the sexy comedians. You like
Cat Williams is sexy.
Well, his hair, I guess. I don't know. You like the pretty comedians. That's what it is.
Cat Williams is sexy.
He's pretty.
No,
his
he's
hair is pretty.
not. That motherfucker looks like a little Twinkie.
Oh.
Anyway.
You trying to say
I like
Dion
Cole because he's fucking funny. Let me get some shit that Dion Cole said so I can bring it back up to you right now.
So, what about stand-up comedy today?
It needs some help. It needs somebody to do something now. Like, Dion needs to come up with a new show, or Cat Williams has done some shit in his past, though. That was remarkable.
Oh, Cat was one of the hardest working comedians because he was putting out special after special. So you're saying it needs help? You mean like just people need to start putting out more stuff,
yes,
like more consistently?
People need to do some more stuff. Yeah. Like after the I don't remember what the name of that show. It's that show with all them people on it.
Oh yeah, that's very descriptive.
You know that black show?
Blackish.
No, that show, that award show. It was like the 2017 years of Def Comedy Jams. You remember that?
I think so.
Okay, that was delicious. They were like,
delicious.
We finna wait to see if Cat Williams shows up on time.
I remember that.
And I was like, God damn. I don't think Dion even had anything to say on that show.
I don't remember it very much.
It was funny.
I don't watch too many like award shows.
That shit was funny.
So that's
what we need. We need some more comedians to stand up today.
Yep.
And stand up and say this shit is funny.
Just put stuff out. So content. One comedian who does a great job of that is Andrew Schultz. I won't go too far into it. I don't think many people have heard of him yet, but he's great. He's always putting stuff out. Comedians should have more podcasts too, because
there's one guy that I saw his whole stand up on whatever iTunes.
Yeah,
not iTunes, YouTube. And it was pretty funny, and I was like, that's cool. I like that. I saw that
works for me.
Chanukwa's funeral, and then I said,
you will know his funeral videos. So you watch videos on YouTube of people's funerals, and why?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. I was watching the HBC bands one day, right?
Yep.
They were marching, and I was gonna find another one. They said Memorial. I'm like, okay, let me see what this is.
One of the related videos?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was Chanukwa, whatever her fucking name is, and her kid laying in the casket with the crown.
And this is all on YouTube. Why? Why is this a thing?
I don't know. I asked people on Facebook. I said, stop putting that shit out there. They didn't do it.
You've been trying to send those to me. I'm like, I'm not watching this.
I never sent you.
You sent me like.
I sent you one.
Sent me one. And you kept asking if I'm going to watch it.
Chanukwas.
That's ridiculous. Why would I watch somebody's funeral and obituary? That gives me no entertainment value.
Right. I didn't send it for entertainment value. I sent it for you to get the reason why I sent it, which is, why the fuck is this on YouTube? Like, why are we...
That wouldn't have been on YouTube back in the day.
No, I don't think it would have. I don't think I would have liked to see my grandmother. You know what I mean? I don't know if people did this back in the day. This is what I'm talking about. When you talk about back in the day, we didn't do shit like that. I mean, there was no videotape of the funeral, because it's not like we're going to get together at Christmas or at the 4th of July picnic and be like, look!
Yeah, remember when Shaninica died? Let's all watch that and reminisce. Nah, that's right. I get that.
That's not going to happen. So.
What else is different today than it was back in your day?
I'm from an all-white city. I went to an all-white school, and I don't remember being black. I really don't. I remember being me.
Okay.
Whatever I was. And I didn't find out I was black till like I was 17, 18.
Jeez, 17. So what do you mean by found out you were black?
Because that's when I realized that there was a difference between me and these other folk. You know, because before then, I had all the opportunities that they did. You know what I mean?
What changed at that age? What made you realize that?
I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going into the Air Force, and I was leaving my friends from high school and all that. And I was like, okay, I have to go do some other shit. And I was like, wow, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
And it was.
And I hope it's picking this up because it looks like we're getting some wind. We are recording outside today, so forgive us if the audio sounds like windy if it goes in and out. But you were talking about when you first realized that you were black at that age of 17, 18. And I asked you what it was that made you realize that. Could you go back into that? I'm sorry.
I was going into the Air Force at that age to leave my mother because I was tired of her shit.
Sure. And yeah, like most teens at that age. Yep.
I had to go into Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, to do all the processing. And I saw some other black people there, and I was like, It was hard to find out that I was actually that fucking black.
Jeez. So it's almost like your whole reality was like a lie or something.
Yeah.
What else is different today than back in your day? Because I have this thing, I personally think, yeah, things look different, but fundamentally, I'm
there
not
was
sure.
a lot. I mean, you could find a place to live back then.
Okay.
You could afford a place to live. And you can't now. That's why I think we should build a little thing under a parking garage. You know, those things on the freeway? We should put up a little camp with a shower and all that so people can bathe and all that.
Oh, that's tight.
That's what I think. But anyway, all that stuff is so different. We had a place to live. We had food. You know, we had everything that we needed. And then I was in the Air Force, and my mom lived in Santa Barbara, and we lived in Riverside, which was a little ways away from each other. But I'd go down there and visit, and it was like I was a movie star coming home.
Could you have been somewhere different?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But I was coming home like a movie star, and it was good. And then I had my little baby. And you know how precious he turned out to be.
I guess he turned out okay.
Right.
Nah, shout out to you, John. Shout out to you, John. We'll have you on here next week, so we're looking forward to that. What about... All right, tell me more about back in your day.
It was a difficult... I mean, my family was very close. There were 7... My grandmother had 7 children. At that time, 6 of them were still alive. And they were all girls. She only had 1 boy. And he died very early. So, you know, we were very close. And all the kids were close. And we would just hang out every Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Keep going. Every Sunday, y'all would hang out.
We would have dinner. You know, talk about whoever did what that day. Beat whoever's ass we had to beat that day.
Sheesh. Y'all were rowdy kids. Y'all were jumping people. Like Bebe's kids.
I'm talking about the aunts.
The aunts?
Them bitches were doing some shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they were doing some stuff. So, you know, I told somebody, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, I was like, okay, this is Santa Barbara, so white. There's some niggas over there doing some shit, but they doing it right in there, so they're good. That's how I felt. That's how I feel now.
Okay.
Fuck them motherfuckers.
Oh, shit. Like that.
Right?
Yeah, okay. I get that. All right, what about, because here's the major argument. So when people talk about, back in my day, they talk about music. So what are your thoughts? I'll let you take that wherever you want to go.
Okay. I'm going to take it. I'm going to start it here. Your people are getting shot and killed. You remember the shot and killed video I sent you?
Nah, I don't think I watched it.
Sure?
Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of videos that people send me. I don't be wanting to.
Really?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's nasty. Anyway, it was all these people that are today's music that had been shot and killed. There was a video about 20 of these motherfuckers that da-da-da-da has been shot and killed. Da-da-da-da has been shot and killed.
Right.
Da-da-da-da has been shot. Da-da-da-da-da. So, since Slide, you know how I feel about that song. You
Which one?
Her. Slide.
Yep.
I like that song.
It's a good feel good song. So
Right.
it makes sense that you like it.
Since then, I've heard nothing
That's
from
'cause-
your people.
All right, so here's something. Now you have to actively search for music.
Right.
So
Kali Uchis.
yeah, and there's a lot of good artists that we put you on to, me and John.
Mm-hmm.
Thundercat, you like Thundercat.
Mm-hmm.
Cali, like you just said, her. So there is good music out there.
There is, but you have to really go out and look for that shit.
Yep.
Or it doesn't just come on the radio.
No, it doesn't. That's
Like,
not a thing.
Back in the day, they played the shit out of a song until you got it.
Yep.
You had all the words blasted into your head, you know.
Yep.
I don't know.
Mhm.
It's a different time, I guess.
But they still do that. Like,
They do?
I don't know because I don't listen to the radio, but I'm assuming there are people who do because there's still radio stations. Like, people still listen to it. And I'm sure those radio stations are playing the same loop of maybe 10 to 15 songs.
That's probably why I know the words to Slide right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think much has changed in that way. But when people talk about music nowadays, I think they're really talking about that mass marketed media, right? But there's still so much good music out there. Like you said, you just have to find it.
Elton John.
What about him?
How wonderful is he?
I don't know. I've never listened to him.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing I'm talking about. Roberta Flack.
Don't know who that is.
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, I know who she is.
You know, there's some shit out there that's going to be forever.
I don't know.
It is. I'm telling you.
I don't
In
know about
20
forever.
years, I will be sitting on this same patio, if I live that long, listening to the same folk.
You will.
Yeah.
But let's say J3, right? He won't.
J3 is going to get that group because I'm going to give it to him. See, that's what
Oh,
I'm
interesting.
about. I'm gonna
So
give him-
tradition and culture.
I'm going to give him that little thing. His father's going to give him that little thing because his
I can see
father's
it.
got a little bit of it too.
I can see it. His father does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm thinking maybe 2 generations from now,
Mm-hmm.
that era, Aretha Franklin and all of them, will be mostly forgotten.
Do you really believe that, son?
I
Do
think
you
so.
really believe that? Do
I
you
mean,
believe
besides, like-
that somebody's going to forget fucking Aretha Franklin?
Yes. Now, music historians and music heads, of course, they're going to remember her because they made an intentional effort to remember them.
Michael Jackson.
He's just different level. You know what I mean? He's just like a king. He was the king of pop, so I don't know if he'll be forgotten. But some of those names you named, Aretha Franklin, she will be forgotten in like 2 generations, 2 or 3 generations.
I seen her in her coffin too, by the way.
Oh, on one of those YouTube funeral videos.
Anyway,
That's what
she
you saw.
will not be forgotten.
Yes, she
Aretha
will.
Franklin will not be forgotten.
You're just saying that because she meant...
DeBarge will not be
Yes,
forgotten.
he will. Or them. Is that a group?
That's a group.
Yeah.
Gonna make
They'll be forgotten.
Shalimar will not be forgotten.
Next generation, they're gone. I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is. You can't tell people who artists are. You have to tell them songs. That's
We're
how we
gonna
remember.
make this a night to remember.
Yep. See, I know that
Get
song.
ready.
Who's that?
That's Shalimar.
Yeah, they'll be forgotten in a year.
Why?
I mean, not in a year, in a generation. Because time moves forward. People get forgotten.
Okay, so
Everybody can't be remembered.
why would you want to put that onto the earth? Why would you want
It's
people
the
to
way
forget?
of the world. It's how things move on.
Really? That's what you want to put out there?
No, that's the reality of it.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit back and sit. All right.
Yeah, you do that. You sit there. Don't turn away from me
Whatever.
all dismissive like.
I ain't trying to be dismissive. I'm just saying, all right, if that's what you want to do.
No, but people talk a lot about how things change. They look different, in my opinion, but fundamentally, it's the way of the world. Just same game, different player type of thing. I think we get too caught up in how we see the world and the way we see things are going. We feel some type of way about it. I don't know if any of that made sense.
But what if the way we see the world is right and the way you see it is wrong?
That's subjective. It's subjective.
I know. But that's
Everybody thinks the way they see the world is the right way, because what other way can you see the world from your own perspective?
At my age,
Any age.
you
I think the older you get, most people become more stubborn.
I'm not stubborn. I'm just trying to say what is my truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your truth, you become more glued to your truth the older
I
you
am.
become.
I am in my truth.
Good. Look at you in your truth, in your WELP shirt. Your true WELP shirt.
Right. This nigga is like 40 years old. Look, I put on the thing when I bought it. Have Dion call me.
Said, have Dion call me.
I did, for real.
You love Dion Cole.
I love
We came
him.
right back to that topic. You must love him so much.
I'm just saying.
Dion, this is your number one fan.
Right?
We should tag him in this.
Kevin Hart is, I'm good. It's just still tiny. He's a little tiny fella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That adds to his character, to his act. That's part of what makes him so funny. He's this little, energized.
Cat Williams, the same thing, too.
Yeah, it's that little, they use it to their advantage. So let's do a quick wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Your top favorite comedians are Kevin Hart.
A 4.
Top 4,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Hart,
Mm-hmm.
D-Ray,
Mm-hmm.
Cat Williams,
Mm-hmm.
Dion Cole.
Exactly.
My top 4 comedians are Kevin Hart, Patrice O'Neal, Eddie Murphy, and Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
All right. Maybe you should change or think about changing your top 4 list because you left off legends. So we'll excuse that. This is your first podcast. Besides that, we also talked about the state of stand-up comedy, right? There's a lot of potential, but people were missing the content.
Yeah, maybe
So,
get some more.
Comedians, put out some stuff. Put out something.
Please,
We need that.
Dion. Can you get me some shit, please,
Mhm.
brother?
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing we talk about is how things change over time. Society, culture moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to dive back into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have anybody you want to shout out?
My son.
Uh-huh.
You know I love my baby. Hi, Jonathan. And my baby's baby, my grandson. I love him too.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Love you too. Let's see. Shout out to people with plants.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out if you have plants.
Shout out to Goddamn Breeze.
If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll show you all these plants out here in just a minute. I'll put together a little clip. Shout out to followers and supporters. You can follow us on Facebook at The New Cool Syndicate, 4 words. You can follow us on Instagram at The New Cool Syndicate, 1 word. And we are on YouTube. On that note, we are out of here. This has been another episode of The New Cool Syndicate podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you for listening.